Before I get into my video, I want to say I appreciate you guys who send me video topics or request me to do certain topics. But that being said, there's a couple of people out there that kind of demand for me to do certain topics. They don't ask or they don't request. They'll say, do a video on this, or why haven't you talked about this? And I don't respond to threats or demands. I'm not intimidated by anyone. I don't follow anyone. If you have something that you want me to talk about, leave it in my inbox, or you can do it through comments, or however you want to do it, but just be respectful with it, because I'm not going to do something just because someone feels like they can put pressure on me to do it. That's not in my DNA whatsoever. I do what I want when I want. You guys that want to talk about certain things out here, I encourage you guys to start making your own videos. I've said that several times. It seems like it's only the same cats out here that are speaking the truth. Everybody else is either doing comedy or they're making 1,000 videos talking about Tommy Sotomayor. So I encourage you guys to get a laptop, do it on your phone, start making your own videos. But that being said, I got a message from a white guy. He asked me, why are black women so angry? And I started laughing when I first got the message, because not only do people of other ethnicities ask this question a lot, but black men, within our own community, ask this question. And I felt like I was qualified to talk about this and give a realistic point of view, because a lot of this started from when we started having extreme fluctuation with single parents. Back in the 70s, we had a lot of black women who had to take on the mother and the father role, and they had to be they basically had to do two jobs for one household, because of a lot of our black men weren't stepping up to the plate. And a lot of times it wasn't just that. Welfare was coming into place. A lot of brothers were losing their jobs. They were shipping factories off into different countries, so a lot of these brothers couldn't find work. And in resort to that, a lot of people had to get on welfare in order to live. And we all know, anybody who knows anything about government assistance or welfare, you can't have a man in the household, because if you do, they will not give you those benefits. So a lot of times, the men had to just go their own way, or pop in here and there, or just all in all separate themselves from the house, so that the family can be able to eat and be able to live. So all this as a whole, that's why I've said in previous videos that welfare did play into part of tearing up the black family. But this being put into place, and lack of jobs, and lack of maybe those within our community that didn't want to step up to the plate as fathers, we had a lot of single parent households, and a lot of black women took on masculine qualities that maybe they shouldn't have had as a woman, because they had to be the provider of the household. And I can think about my mother. I was raised in a single parent household, and my mother took care of business. She went to work every day. She didn't sit on her ass. She didn't have men running in and out of the house. She made sure I had a roof over my head, clothes on my back. Might not have been what I wanted, or I might not have had the new J's on or something, or whatever like that, but I always had a proper living condition. I had the necessary things that I needed, because my mother cared about me as her child. And a lot of times, a lot of our black women, because they had to take on both roles, they kind of adopt this I have to be strong, I have to be aggressive at all times, I have to stand up for everything, because if I don't do it, nobody else will. And I understand that mindset, but a lot of times that has hurt a lot of our black women, because what happens is that neither they were raised in a single parent household and they have animosity towards their father because the father wasn't in the household, or because maybe they had children by a man that didn't want to step up and take care of his responsibilities, or maybe it just didn't work out, but excuse me, the father did not want to have really a connection with his children, and a lot of times with all that together, it brings animosity. And a lot of our black women walk around with this aggressive type of manner. They always have to be snappy. They always have to be on a defensive mode. And you know, I can think back when, you know, I became of age, and you know, my mother, she wasn't you know, one of those extra out black women, you know, always have to snap everybody else. She's very professional. But one thing I noticed about her, you know, me becoming a man, I noticed that a lot of things that I would do, me being a man, like, you know, bringing in the groceries, or, you know, when her car got broken down, I would be the one to take it to the mechanic, you know, do things that a man is supposed to do. A lot of times she wouldn't wait for me, you know, to do those things as a man, because she was so used to doing everything by herself. And you know, I had to, you know, check her when she eventually got a you know, a new boyfriend. You know, he would try to do things like open the door for her and things like that. And I know that she'll go and open her own door. So her mindset at pretty much all times where I have to be independent, I have to be aggressive, I have to do things for myself. And a lot of times, because of this, because of a lot of our black women have to raise kids on their own, they walk around with this vibe as if they can't be submissive. They have to always be on guard. They have to always, you know, be extra aggressive towards everything. And you know, it's really, when you look at the overall situation, it's really sad. And of course, there's certain different methods that can contribute to this. You know, and I can mention, you know, just America as a whole. You know, you look at black women. Not only are they a woman, but they're black. And, you know, just like I've said before, there's a different type of racism that black women get and discrimination they get. And then there's a certain type of discrimination and racism that black men get. And when those two units combine, although that can be a very strong factor, a lot of times it can bring static, because you have animosity on both sides and both people dealing with things where a lot of times there's not a complete understanding. You know, the black woman doesn't understand that, you know, the black man has to deal with a different type of racism when he's at work, or when he's out in society, or, you know, when he steps out of his door, he doesn't know whether the, you know, the police department is going to beat the shit out of him, or, you know, whether he'll make it back home that night. And then you have the black woman, she goes out, whether she's in a corporate world or just a regular job, and people are you know, demising her and don't want her to have those big positions because she is a woman, because she's black. A lot of you know, women that are in these jobs, they don't want women to give orders. You know, they always want it to be a man. So there's things that both the black man and the black woman deal with, and a lot of times we don't sit back and understand that we have to, when we come together and create families, we have to understand each other. That's the number one thing. And I feel like the number one thing in relationships is communication, because there's no communication, I don't know what's on your mind, I don't know what you feeling, you don't know what's on my mind, and you don't know what I'm feeling. So with that together, it just, you know, creates chaos. It creates distrust. It creates you know, lack of affection, and I can go on and on with that. So it's just, you know, about black women just learning how to submit at times and not be so aggressive. You know, there are black men out there that want to protect you, want to you know, marry you. We all don't want white women, or, you know, women from different countries, or Latino women. There are black men out there that take care of their business, go to work every day, have good heads on their shoulders, want to take care of their family, want to be a good man, a good husband to you. But it's just you understand that they're out there, you know, and you knowing when to submit and when to say, you know, hey, let him be a man, let me fall back. You don't always have to be aggressive or be snappy at everyone. We all deal with things here in this country on a day-to-day basis as black people. We have to understand that, you know, from both sides. But you know, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. You know, the aggression, it comes from, you know, them just being black women here in America. It comes from them having to support a household by themselves and everything falling on them. You know, it comes from excuse me, maybe the lack of selection of black men that they see maybe in their physical perspective. You know, so these are things that contribute to aggression and contribute to a lot of our black women being very feisty. You know, so that's basically my video. You guys can give me your feedback if you would like. But, you know, again, black women, you have to know when to fall back. You know, Me being a black man, I appreciate a strong black woman. I like a woman who is assertive, who goes out and takes care of responsibilities. Is a good woman, because I know if I create children with you, I don't have to worry about what you're going to be on, or you know, whether you're going to take care of my children or whether you're going to make poor decisions. So we enjoy that. Those black men out there that you know, have a good head on their shoulders, we enjoy that. But at the same time, you have to know how to submit that. You can't be aggressive all the time. You can't be feisty. You can't tear down us, the men that are out here trying to love you, trying to create a great family with you. But that's my video, you guys. I'm out. Peace.